Good morning, friends, and welcome to Everyday Faith Day 12 as we continue our journey through this month of suffering. So today we're looking at Philippians chapter 3, verses 10 and 11. And it says, I want to know Christ and experience the mighty power that raised him from the dead. I want to suffer with him, sharing in his death, so that one way or another I will experience the resurrection from the dead. Philippians 3, 10, and 11. And it goes on to say, there's no greater example of enduring suffering than Jesus Christ himself. And this was a great reminder for me just to think that, we're all going to have suffering. Jesus suffered, and, God didn't promise us a suffer-free life. That makes sense. But the part that I really loved about reading this devotion that kind of made my wheels start turning and it made me feel very inspired was the last part. It says, we love the power of the resurrection. Yes, check. But the resurrection would not be powerful if Jesus had not died. And even though I knew that truth, reading it and thinking about it really made me kind of, wow, like that is so true. If there wasn't the suffering and the death at the end, then would the power of that resurrection have been what it is? And I hope that makes you feel encouraged as it does me, but I'm going to read it one more time. We love the power of the resurrection, but the resurrection would not be powerful if Jesus had not died. So just, thinking if Jesus wouldn't have gone through the suffering and the torture, the name calling, the mocking, the people spitting on him, like all the horrible stuff that goes along with the crucifixion. If he wouldn't have gone through the suffering and he wouldn't have gone through the death, would the resurrection have been as powerful and as sweet as it is? And it made me think of another verse in Philippians that's kind of my go-to verse to help me remember just not to give up and to keep going. And that is Philippians 1:6. And the version I'm going to read you is from the Message version. So it says, there has never been the slightest doubt in my mind that the God who started this great work in you would keep at it and bring it to a flourishing finish on the very day Christ Jesus appears. And it's just a great reminder, because when we're going through the suffering, when we're going through it all, you may not be able to see the light at the end. You're just in the nasty, suffering, dark place, and you can't see the light. But it's such a great reminder to remember that this isn't where the story ends. The story's not going to end in your suffering. If you believe in him and you believe in that truth that he is good and it is for his glory, then the end is going to be a flourishing finish. I just love that imagery and those words. So I hope that gives you some encouragement today to know that along with Jesus, yes, we're going to have suffering, but if we trust in him and his truth, it is going to be brought to a flourishing, powerful finish. So I hope that gives you some peace today, and I wish you all a wonderful, beautiful day. And I'll see you next time. Thank you all. Bye.